Okay, I'm going to, stand here and make this presentation. You know what? Sitting is the new smoking. So can we get all of you to just get up and raise your hands? Can you guys all get up and raise, not raise while sitting? Everyone, please. The PT drill. I'm sure you're aware of the PT drill. WhatsApp ने forward भी किया था एक ज़माने में. The PT drill is the best way to really get all your systems, kind of centralized and feeling good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you. Yeah. It's tough. The graveyard shift is a very tough one for us speakers. So, we have to do something to get it going. So that's the main reason. Great to be here. A real opportunity for me to go back and connect with one of my first clients, Professor Singhal, when he was with IMT. In Mantech, sorry. And it's a pleasure that he stayed in touch and got back to me. Professor Singhal is right now, with head of the department at ABES, MBA program. And hello, sir. And recently got to connect with Mr. Vinay Gupta. Pleasure, wonderful intellect. And, it's always great to meet new people, learn something from them. So thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to all of you. Hello? Yeah. All right. So as an industry person, it's important for me to talk about my experiences. I'm sure there's a lot of literature, theory on automation, and Mala and I were speaking. You all have your phones, and I see many of us use it also when we speak. But, I don't want to get into too much of the literature. We are very, very intellectually driven to understand new things as it's been spoken. I'm sure many of you would have Googled stuff which came to your mind when these lecture sessions were going on, or we're discussing something new, immediately reading it up. But I think the value the industry can provide is our experience, and experience results in debate and discussions, which I think will help to spark some thought process which is different from what you see on Google or any other theoretical treatise. My name is Rimy Oberoi. I run a company called oysterconnect.com. Oysterconnect.com is a workforce management site. We're actually a product of the so-called automation, trend. I don't call it boom. I don't think India still has reached what is called an automation crisis. But yes, there is a global mindset related to automation, which is impacting India also. Otherwise, there is no job loss happening. There is no disruption at the level that we should be worried about. But yes, any mindset is to be watched carefully. It's like that steady increase of your waistline. You have to keep track of it very early, not when it becomes beyond control. So Oyster Connect came out of a different belief, that we believe that young people need to pick up skills when they are in school and college. They shouldn't wait when they finish their degrees and say, now I need a job, somebody's got to give it to me. Because what they study in college and school are somehow not so aligned to what the industry wants. There is a dynamic skilling that's happening. Industry wants something today. By the time you get out, it's something else. And colleges, they will try their best to keep up with it, but it's a reality. There will always be a lag. So we realized, as a result of my own experience with Unilever and Adobe, that there needs to be a dynamic skilling process, which the industry is willing to pay us for. As we all know, is a very difficult thing. The industry willing to pay for students to get skilled. We all realized early on, students are not willing to pay to get skilled. They are willing to get their degrees, but they're not willing to pay for getting skilled. So Oyster Connect came out of that dream that we do not want students begging around, pleading for their first job. The first job is a very, very important milestone in all our lives. And I think there are a lot of young people today who have really tearful stories about their first job. So we believe that we need to democratize that opportunity, make it simple, and be possible to scale it and make it scaled up enough that everybody finds it easy to get their first job. So what is Oyster Connect? It's a cloud-based platform which allows companies to put projects in areas where they need high-quality talent, mind you, high quality, but they don't want to hire them. Because they're saying, we are trying to become an automation-driven company. We want to be highly productive, and we want to hire people only when we are sure that this person whom we hire, we can offer a career, at least a reasonable career. But they still have work to do. That work cannot go anywhere. India is not a country where automation, digitization has happened so fast that people can just say, oh, this is done with, this will just get automated. So they needed good people. So that's when we said, put your projects on our portal, oysterconnect.com. Let students, we started engaging with students, let students apply to them. And if they are selected, we manage the entire process, selection, engagement. We're going to run the projects for you. You pay us for getting those projects done. You're not bothered about who's doing it. Of course, they've got to be high quality. That's all you care about. The rest we're going to manage. So from a time when a college would find it so difficult to place a 100-student college, MBA, undergrad, we were doing as much as 500 students a month for projects and, of course, year-long engagement. Just by sitting out of a single office, students apply from wherever they are. They work wherever they are. We don't tell them, please come to Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore. If they are in a college in Kharagpur or Rohtak or Sindri or Mesra, and they say, I would like to work from here, we are like, yes, please do. We have this cloud-based platform. You can work from there. You will update whatever you have done there itself. We'll tell you whether you've done good work or not. And most importantly, you will get paid. You are a student, but a company is making money out of it. You will get paid a part percentage of what we are making. Students make as much as 20 to 25% of the money we make as a company, minimum. High-performing students make much more. In fact, there are students who make much more than what their first jobs would have been for them. We believe this is the start of a revolution. Majority of students who work with us want full-time jobs. That's a reality. You know, they are at that stage. They're very young. In India, we all cherish the first job. Our parents put pressure on us. But we do believe this is the start of a time where there will be young people who will work with us and say, we want to continue working with you in this condition of flexible workforce engagement. Because the reality is that I also have some constraints. I want to work in Kharagpur. My family is there. Or I don't want to maintain a large, expense establishment in a big city. Or I'm not very sure that I can get a big job in a big city. So might as well live where I am. I'm making reasonable good money. Maybe once I have enough skill, I might go to a different city and get a better job. So, or I have some constraints related to other personal reasons. I have to manage a family. So we're realizing we're at the cusp of this desire of companies to manage work through large workforce but not own them because of their belief of the global mindset of automation. Now, what does that mean for us? So we get a lot of students in, we get a lot of people who are at that stage where they're in between employment, let's say. What is our, what do we face? What's the crisis we face? We also have our crisis, and at every level a company starts to stabilize. We also run into the same issues of automation. I can't take every person and say that I'll give you an opportunity. So I've brought it down to 4 things, which in this current global automation environment, I believe people should possess, which is great for companies. 1, they need to be technologically inquisitive. You don't need to code, you don't need to understand every technology product, but you need to be inquisitive. Download that app, try it out. When your daughter says, this is how Instagram works, please try it out. Don't just upload something or view somebody else's thing. Understand the various features that that particular product has. Think about it beyond just appreciating it, discuss it. Experiment upon it, implement it. You might fail, you might think that you've come across looking like a fool, but you are progressing. Technological inquisitiveness is extremely important irrespective of what stage in your life you are. I find people struggling to work on cloud-based platforms even when they're only 20, 21 years old, because they came from a background where technology was not considered to be anything beyond WhatsApp, email. That's no longer technology. Those are just things that are part of your life now. Right? I do believe that's a very important thing that we must have. If somebody says RPA, robotic process automation, what exactly is it? Is it the same as technology that used to exist? No, it's not. You must understand what it is. You don't have to make it yourself. You don't have to code it yourself. But that intuitiveness will build points in your brain which will finally connect because you've understood it. Don't shy away from it. Number 2, comfort with data. Data is exploding. Like someone said, data is the new oil. Companies are amassing data at amazing levels. They are picking up data, we're not aware of it, but those PDF forms which are so encrypted, companies are trying to figure out ways by which they can take out that data, encrypted, privacy maintained, but acquiring huge data. But who's going to use it? It's going to be you and me, right? Now, if I don't use it properly, I can't take decisions. I'm not comfortable using large data. That is like 1,000 rows on an Excel sheet. Filter it, simple, analyze it. If I'm not comfortable with it, I'll get nowhere. So data comfort is extremely important, irrespective of the CEO of a company or the entry-level person. Third level, understanding that collaboration still works. I was speaking to a head of HR at GE the other day, other day. She has 4,000 people team, and not in HR is 25. Those 25 professionals who report to her are out of 13 countries. She doesn't even see her direct reportees every day. And she's got 4,000 people again spread over 13 countries. How are they speaking to each other? Collaboration. It's just technology tools, right? So believe that I have data, but I have to work with somebody else, brainstorm with somebody else, because there's so much data. I've got to use my tools to collaborate and come out with output. I can't just say, I've sent an email, okay, why has he not responded? I've given this insight, why is he not giving me feedback? You can't leave it at that. You've got to continue to collaborate always. It was always considered to be team commitment and all of that, but there is no team today. I sometimes will never see my colleague ever, because she is working from home out of Oklahoma. But you can't just say that, that's not my fault. But that's the reality. If you are not able to reach out and engage and make a meaningful difference to her, and if she's your reportee, you're going to lose your job, right? And lastly, there's a common question at the end of every interview, or almost towards the end of every interview, an employee asks. Young people who join our company also as part of the workforce team ask us, ma'am, what's our career progression? 3 साल में हम क्या बनेंगे? I mean, we've asked them the same question, what do you want to be in 3 years? But they ask us at the end of it, any questions? Today I tell people, dude, I don't know. Depends on you. If you don't have skills, if you don't reskill yourself, I possibly might not be able to retain you. So you've got to be comfortable with career disruptions. I have people who joined us in operations, which means running the workforce, ensuring they are regularly doing their job, who have become client-facing people, which means talking to the customer that this is the progress of the job, this is the work we have done, to becoming people who now actually bring us sales. Same person. Salary is doubled. My productivity has gone tripled. Because it's the same person, more salary, doing more, much more, because technology has made it possible. Now, if that person was going to give up and say, hey, I came in as an operations person, I can't now become client servicing and now client sales, then I'm sorry, there's no career for him. So at every level, career disruption is a reality. You do not have a ready-made resume of this is what you're going to be even the next year. Forget a decade or any period like that. So technology inquisitiveness, data comfort, collaborative attitude, and willingness and openness to career disruptions. That's what the industry wants from its people. Companies like Oyster Connect are able to help, in a certain sense, staunch, as in bring down the speed of automation, because we are actually saying that we can use a flexible workforce to provide more and more jobs, and companies don't need to keep them on their roles. But we're also struggling at that level. Even the people who come to us, we need to ask them the same questions. Do you have these 4 skills? So I like famously said, change is a constant. We all evolve because of that and not without it. Thank you very much, all of you.